It's Jim Check. You're watching Kelowna Now. I'm here with Addison Parfeniuk. Did I get that right?
That's about right.
There you go. Close.
Very close. Yeah.
There you go. CEO of Two Small Men
With big hearts.
with Big Hearts, right? That's a moving company. Where does that originate from?
It started in Lower Mainland.
Lower Mainland.
Surrey.
Yeah. And so you see those trucks. You see the graphic on the side of the truck there.
Yeah.
And you're in here because you guys sent out some stats, and it's interesting that Alberta Bound is a song that comes to mind for me, right? When you
Paul
see
Brand?
that.
Yeah.
Paul Brand, Alberta Bound. So we're seeing a lot more people leaving the Okanagan and Lower Mainland and heading to Alberta.
That's right. That's a narrative that has changed. We kind of got used to moving folks in greater numbers to BC rather than Alberta in the years leading up to the pandemic, and then those numbers or those trends sort of intensified through 2020. And we saw that go to roughly 3-to-1 during 2020 Q2.
Wow.
People moving to BC instead of Alberta. That's work remote, I guess. If I can do my job anywhere, I might as well be in the
Escape
Okanagan
the
here.
snowbanks and
That's
come
right.
to the Great Okanagan.
Yeah. And then roughly Q4 2021, those numbers reach parity, and we're moving in equal numbers back east and west, and they just take off.
Well, that's kind of good for business because then you got a full truck going this way and a
That's
full truck
exactly
going
what we
that
want.
way, right?
Equilibrium is what I want.
Yeah. But now,
And now it's very much in favor of going eastbound. So it reached 1.9 to 1. That's going Alberta or BC to Alberta in Q4 2023, and it's even more intense from the Okanagan going back the other way.
and those are all driven by economics, I'm sure, right? You get a lot more house, a lot more more everything for less money, right?
I think it's all about affordability
and jobs too, a lot more jobs out there.
Yeah,
too, right?
yeah, that's the narrative anyway. I mean, but affordability, really, you can get a lot more house in Edmonton and Calgary than you can in certainly in Vancouver, but maybe the Okanagan too.
Edmonton, definitely probably one of the cheaper places to live, like in a major city in Canada. Edmonton, I think I spent 10 years in Edmonton, hence the Oilers cap. Is that right? But a little bit of a snowbank there every now and then. But
That's right. That's right.
and some frost heavy roads, but
right.
beautiful city, and so is Calgary. I love both
Yeah.
those cities, amazing cities.
Yeah, we're starting to hear now that it's getting more competitive to buy. It's a real seller's market.
Their market's pretty hot.
In
right?
Calgary in particular, like a lot of activity in Edmonton, but values are starting to come up, and we're hearing customers talk about multiple offer situations, and it was more difficult to kind of get into the marketing in Calgary. So we'll see where the trend goes as interest rates come down. We have a buyer's market here in the Okanagan, so the equation is a little bit different when you're trying to figure out is it economical enough to leave my family? Is it more economical in Alberta to the extent I'm willing to leave my community in the Okanagan and go to Alberta?
I mean, Calgary and the Okanagan have always had that really good relationship where we've seen a lot of, I would call ex-Albertans living in the Okanagan Valley and stuff like that. But I know that a lot of young people seem to think there's more opportunity in Calgary now for jobs and or the ability to afford a home.
Yeah, that's certainly the narrative. I think the Alberta government did a really good job getting their message out when it got so white hot, so expensive in BC in 2021, getting their message out. I can't remember whether the narrative was this is what you can buy for $500,000 or this is what a single family costs.
They had a very good ad campaign for sure.
It was incredible.
To get people to move to Alberta.
Just great timing.
So, yeah. They got no water there though right now.
That's one of the drawbacks.
That's not true, but I mean, they have some water issues there. I think that should be solved right away, right?
Yep. Stampede will go on though.
Stampede will go on. Where do you live?
I live in Kelowna now.
There you go. And how long have you been the CEO of Two Small Men with Big Hearts?
I've been involved in the company for 11 years, and I was a franchisee in Edmonton, and I lived there for a few years. And a partner and I, we bought up most of the franchises in Western Canada, and now we own the franchisor. Wow.
So, what does a typical move cost these days, anyway?
The average long distance move at Two Small Men is $3,500.
Is that like the average home, kind of like a 3-bedroom home?
Yeah, I think for a 3-bedroom home to get from Calgary to Vancouver, it's $5,500 or something like this and change. Yeah,
and that's like guys packing it up, driving it, and unpacking it and stuff like that.
That's right. That's right. We offer smaller move packages for if you're moving your 1-bedroom condo from Calgary to Vancouver or Calgary to the Okanagan. You can share a space in the truck and you get a guaranteed price. And we can move more than one at the same time. It's not economical to rent rent a whole truck to go round trip.
So what do you do now when it's not parity? Obviously, parity is the best because then you're moving kind of people back and forth and saving some money on fuel and that. But now that the number's a little bit distorted, how do you bringing empty trucks back?
Yeah, there's a lot more activity interprovincially now, so I'm not complaining, but it certainly adds some complexity. We tried to build a route this year going on set days between Calgary and Edmonton and Vancouver, stopping in the Okanagan. Yeah. And we can only resource the run to as many trips as we can fit both ways.
Right. And where are you seeing the most activity? Is it out of the Okanagan or Lower Mainland? Obviously, Lower Mainland has a lot more people.
Yeah, it's the biggest, and I think the trend to Alberta favors Calgary. Except in 2023, we saw more folks, 15% more folks from Vancouver move to Edmonton.
Yeah, and you sell your home in Vancouver, you can buy 3 city blocks in Edmonton.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The city of champions.
Keep the cash.
Keep the cash. Yeah. The city champions. Anything else in your stats that you want to talk about?
I think we got it.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, if you are moving, and that obviously you can reach out to and tell us why you're moving to Alberta. We've done a couple of stories on that. Steve McDonald's done a few of those stories on people moving there. The real estate price is definitely one of the things that are people choosing, and then the job opportunity is the other thing. And then I think just the food scene in Calgary is incredible.
Yeah, there's a bit more energy downtown. You can feel when you're down there now.
I really like Calgary in that food scene. There's so many kind of like specialty places. They got some of the coolest breakfast places, coolest ice cream places. Not that we don't have that here, but they just have a lot more selection, right? Like it's just it's kind of a crazy food scene. And obviously you got the Calgary Flames, and then Edmonton's got the Oilers, right?
That's right. No, it's a fun city to be in right now, Calgary. I understand what's attracting a lot of people from BC.
And then Vancouver being one of the most expensive cities, not just in British Columbia, but in the world now.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
It's kind of a crazy thing, right? So any predictions for the Edmonton Oilers?
Well, they're going to take it.
Certainly. There you go. Yeah, just got to win the next game and the next game and the next game. The only game that you have to win is the last game.
That's right.
That's the game that is a must win, right? The last game. Whoever wins the last game, I'm giving like a Howie Meeker quote here. The team that wins the last game will be the team that wins the Stanley Cup. You can put that in the bank. And thank you for watching Kelowna Now.
Thank you.